everybody! Welcome to the dream planning tutorial. I wanted to walk you through this special section of the planner and just give you some inspiration. The purpose of dream planning is to set God-sized dreams into motion. I believe that you have a divinely inspired imagination that's created by God, and that God has put unique gifts in your heart and in your hands that He wants you to share with the world. With all that said, here are some helpful tools and tips to help get your dream planning kicked off this year. So first, I think it's really important when you're getting started with your dream planning section to start with a prayer. I always like to ask God to just open up my heart so that I can listen to His will and to the Spirit. And it's also great just to sit down and really reflect on all of the blessings God has given you. So after you've taken this time to pause and really reflect, it's time to ask some really bold questions. I'm a firm believer that the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions you ask yourself. And the two most fundamental questions you can ask yourself is, what dreams has God placed in your heart, and who do you want to become? All your dreams kind of funnel down into these two basic questions. What dreams has God placed in your heart, and who do you want to become? I believe that when you set your mind and your heart on these precious outcomes and you move boldly towards these outcomes, there's absolutely nothing stopping your potential. I have a couple questions to pose that kind of fit under these umbrellas to help you get the ball rolling and marinate on what dreams you have for this year. So I'm going to shoot out a couple questions. They're also listed below, so don't feel like you have to write them all down, but just wanted to get the ball rolling. So here's a couple to help you. What books do you want to read this year? Love to read. It's so good for you to just feed your mind and grow in knowledge. And below we have some blog posts that have really great book suggestions. My favorite book that inspired the planner is The Artisan Soul. So if you have not read this, I highly recommend picking it up and making this a part of your year. So another question is, what new responsibilities do you want to take on this year? It's important to commit to new responsibilities that helps you grow spiritually mature. So what commitments do you want to make this year? This is a fun one. What places do you want to travel? What adventures do you want to have, and with who? What do you want to create? Who do you want to become for your kids, for your spouse, for your family, for your nieces and nephews? What values do you want to share with them? Who do you want to become at work as an example, as a leader? How do you want to change your health goals this year? What are you going to do this year that you've really just been pushing off? Who do you want to serve? What event do you want to plan to bring people together? What group do you want to join or create or sow into this year? What gift do you want to bless someone with? Maybe it's a trip, maybe it's an actual tangible gift, maybe it's a donation of money to help them through a difficult season. And what career accomplishments do you want to activate this year? So that's just a couple questions to help get the ball rolling. As I said, they are below, so don't feel like you have to scurry to write them all down. I want you to take some time on your own to really think through these questions. And one bucket list challenge that I want to give everybody is to start every day with a first 15. This is a habit that I started personally 2 years ago that I learned through church, and it completely changed the way I start my day and just honestly how happy I am when I'm starting my days. So first 15 is 5 minutes of music, 5 minutes of Bible reading, and then 5 minutes of prayer. I really think that God will use this time to speak to you and give you fresh marching orders and help you stay focused throughout your day. And once you have all these big dreams listed out, it's sometimes kind of scary to see how big they are. Or maybe as you're about to write one down, you get too scared and think, oh, that's too big. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, God, like, I don't have the qualifications. Someone else could do that so much better than I could. I just want to remind you that God is the one who qualifies you. And God always calls on the people who are the most unprepared inexperienced into greatness. That's just how he works, because he's good like that. He wants all the glory through our wins. So if God is giving you a dream that you feel is way too big, and that you don't have the resources you need, can I just say to you, go for it. Like, God is so much bigger than any, resource or financial situation, and he wants to bless you and he wants to use you. I want you to dream big, let it flow, and try not to judge yourself. I know sometimes this blank canvas is a little intimidating with how pretty it is and how blank it is. So if you're nervous, use a pencil, and don't get scared. I mean, just to encourage you, mine is a complete mess. My handwriting isn't fancy. And it's not about being fancy, it's about being fearless when you write down your dreams and what God's placed in your heart. So just go for it, don't judge yourself, let it flow, use a pencil. You can always go back and erase or edit, or go back over something in ink when you know it's real. So that's the first section of dream planning. I'm going to quickly jump through the last two sections. So once you have these dreams, it's time for you to map out when you're going to do them. So on this side, you map out what you're going to do in the first 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. And I'm a firm believer that you can do anything in 3 months. I planned a wedding in 3 months. I made this planner in 3 months. I think if you can stay focused, God can do anything in 3 months. And he can do anything in a day, but especially in 3 months. So write down those goals and declare what you're going to accomplish by the end of March. And then declare what you want to accomplish by mid-year. And then what do you want to have by the end of the year. And on this side, I love this, you can write your top 3 big goals. Think of which of these goals on your bucket list, if you could accomplish them, it would be the most incredible 2017 ever. So write those out and then list a few steps below of how you're gonna get there. And that's it for the dream planning section in the planner. We have extra free resources for you to help dig into some of your bigger dreams, and the link below, it says Seasonal Refresh Project Worksheet. You can download that, go to that page, there's a whole video on how to use that worksheet, and it really just helps you dig into the timeline, resources, getting your motivation behind these dreams so that you can really follow them through this year, because we want to be supporting you every step of the way. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a great time dream planning. And lastly, I want to leave you with a quick quote from Erwin McManus's book, The Artisan's Soul. So here goes. Everything we do is a manifestation of imagination. Since part of our creative responsibility is to move from imagination to image, we need to take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ and allow our imagination once again to be the playground of God. And once our dreams and visions are the material that has been passed on to us from a divine imagination, it's time to dream, to risk, and to create. We love you, we are rooting for you, and go make those dreams happen. Bye guys.